Carrie Way, and I'm a theater mom. I'm hoping this channel can help other theater parents as they support their child, and if you're a theater kid, consider this channel a resource for you too. For today's short video, we're going to discuss how to find monologues for theater auditions. The steps for this are somewhat similar to finding audition music. I'll link that video down below. The first step is to be sure you're clear on the requirements for this specific audition. Read the audition notice carefully and be sure you follow their directions. Most shows will tell you the length the monologue needs to be, and sometimes they will give a specific genre or time period. The next step is finding the right monologue for an audition. When selecting your monologue, try to pick a monologue that is similar in style to the show your child is auditioning for. If at all possible, select monologues from plays. If necessary, you can select a monologue from a monologue book. I'll talk about that more in a minute, but definitely avoid doing a monologue from a movie or TV show. You want to think about the role your child is hoping for in the show that they're auditioning for. Try to select a monologue that shows off similar character traits. This will allow the director to see that your child can pull off certain things that need to happen in the show. For example, if your child is hoping to be cast as a character that is funny and sassy, pick a monologue that has some funny and sassy lines. Although being able to cry on cue would be impressive, now isn't the time to show that off if it doesn't match the role your child wants in the show. If the show or the role that your child wants requires a particular accent, you can try to find a monologue that can showcase that. When selecting your child's monologue, you want to find a happy medium between overdone monologues and monologues that are really obscure. Just as there are songs that are on the do not sing list, there are certain monologues that are just totally overdone. Just Google overdone audition monologues and you'll get a good idea of what to avoid. In the description box below, I will link some articles that describe overdone audition monologues. Another great way to find monologues is to find a specific actor your child identifies with, preferably someone similar in type. You can see what shows that actor has been cast in and try reading those plays or similar plays for monologue material. Here's a reminder, I've mentioned this in past videos in regards to song choice, but it applies here as well. Don't have your child perform a monologue from the show they are auditioning for. This is just bad form. It makes it either look like your child is desperate for the part, or even worse, that they are cocky and think they already have that role. Either way, it's not a good look. Generally, directors will select specific people to come for callbacks. At that time, they might have people read sides or specific scenes from the show. This is where things begin to get a little tricky for younger actors. Make sure whatever you pick is age appropriate for your child. This is why I think it can sometimes be okay to use a monologue book for younger kids. A good monologue generally lasts a minute to a minute and a half. It has some type of character arc. It should allow the actor to tell a story and show a range of emotions. It's super hard to find monologues from actual plays that do this for kids. Generally, there aren't a ton of shows that feature young actors, and even fewer where they make lengthy speeches. This is why I think monologue books can be okay. Once your child is a teenager, it's time to move away from monologue books and begin to select monologues from actual plays. When selecting a monologue from a play, be sure your child reads the entire script. This will help your child make informed decisions about their character and genuinely understand the monologue in the context of the whole show. And you never know when a director might ask questions about the show during your child's audition, so make sure they're knowledgeable enough to answer these. There are several ways to look for good plays. I mentioned earlier to try looking at all the roles performed by certain actors. You can also just try your local library. You'll know in a few pages whether a particular playwright speaks to you, and you can also quickly see whether any characters are a good fit for your child. Once you find a playwright you like, try reading as many plays as possible by that author. You can also try going down the rabbit hole on Amazon. Once you find a play you like on Amazon, look at their suggested items and continue your search from there. A few websites have monologue searches. The trouble with these is they don't usually cover a ton of shows, and then if you zero in on the shows that feature kids in your child's age range, there are only a handful. The director has probably seen that monologue before because everyone else is using the same website. I will include a few down below just in case you want to take a look. Playscripts is a great website that has fantastic scripts for middle school and high school aged kids. I'll link it down below. You can look at the scripts online before the commitment to order a script. If you have a child who is graduating high school and headed towards college auditions, there are a couple of script subscription services. This is a great way to expose your child to many authors and play styles. I don't recommend these for finding younger kids' monologues because the content in these plays usually skews a bit older. Once you find your child's monologue, they need to practice it until they have it memorized. From there, they need to make strong character choices. They need to practice slating their monologue. Before they start their audition, they're going to want to mention the name of the show and the playwright. If they're speaking to another character, have them look just over the people's heads in the room. It's not great to lock eyes with the director and the stage manager. Okay, that's it for today's short video. I hope I've given you some good ideas on how to start finding monologues for your child's audition. If you have other suggestions or questions, please leave those down below. Give this video a like and share it if you found it helpful. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.